All right, don't blink, everybody. This is where the Olympics begins right now tonight, so don't leave the couch. We've got some great action for you on NBC 12. The decathlon, Ashton Eaton going to defend his title of the greatest athlete on earth as the decathlon final happens tonight. Also, they were supposed to be the queens of the beach. USA women's volleyball on the sand, anchored by Kerry Walsh-Jennings, can still get a bronze. That happens tonight. And Usain Bolt's going to run. That's going to be lightning-style television as well. Don't go anywhere. This is the Olympic Zone.
Tonight on the Olympic Zone, she's the biggest thing to hit women's golf in years. A teenage prodigy who has shot to the top of the world rankings with her otherworldly play.
You just sort of sense that you're seeing somebody very special. It's neat for women's golf, it's neat for golf.
But Rio offers Lydia Ko a set of new challenges and new experiences. Plus, take a step back in time to a magical place where presidents, poets, and even the Queen of England have dined, all served by a man of wit, charm, and above all, sweetness. And Brazilians love soccer, and they love volleyball. So of course, they combine them to invent foot volley.
You can use your feet, you can use your thighs, you can use your...
anything but your hands.
Anything but your hands.
We'll head to the beach for a crash course. Next, on the Olympic Zone.
She are the best thing in, she are the best thing in the place, yeah. The way she roll out, the way she wind up her waist, wind up.
That is the Bambi Easy. Thank you, gentlemen. Well done. So Alyssa Lang, Keith and Nelson going to be right here with us in the Olympic Zone very, very shortly as we get you ready for some prime time coverage. It's been over a century since golf has existed at the Olympic Games. The men had their turn. Now it is time for the women to tee it up. And a favorite to win gold is a 19-year-old phenom by the name of Lydia Ko.
A size ... is smaller than me.
Even in a sport accustomed to prodigies coming onto the scene, there's something distinct about Lydia Ko's story and path to the spotlight, less about an obsessive mission than what was simply meant to be. Ko was born in South Korea and introduced to the game when she was 4 while visiting an aunt in Australia.
And she's a golfaholic, so whenever she had time, she would go out and play, and she gave me one of her clubs, and I had to swing at it, and I hit the ball, so that's how it kind of started.
A year later, Lydia and her family moved to Auckland, New Zealand, and she began hitting balls more frequently with the clubs her aunt had given her.
John and I were actually together down at Takapuna Golf Range, and we were there, and Lydia and her father were in the bay next door. How old would she have been then, John?
She couldn't have been more than 7, I don't think, but it's like a little rubber band going around, and at the end of each swing she'd stop and she'd look up and down the range to see who was watching.
Soon, Ko threw herself into the game completely, and by age 7, she was already playing in some of New Zealand's biggest amateur events.
Setting goals where she was sort of 9 or 10. Initially it was those little goals like becoming a tournament winner or getting a single figure handicap, and then playing the LPGA Tour or becoming world #1 was all those things.
To be that young to have won this much, just no explaining all of the cosmic pieces that come together to create a player like her.
When it was announced, I said, hey, I want to get myself to Rio no matter what.
Lydia was totally embraced the opportunity, and she said recently that winning a gold medal would be bigger than winning a major.
Michael Phelps, a gold medal in the final race of his career, still invincible, Usain Bolt!
To say that you're an Olympian is just a whole different feeling.
There's something about the way she plays. You just sort of sense that you're seeing somebody very special. That's a neat thing. It's neat for women's golf. It's neat for golf.
And as the world's #1 player, of course, she is the favorite to win gold. But as we know, anything can happen. It's the Olympics. Hello, Keitha.
That's right. Hey,
Good to see
Lou.
you.
Now, we both know to really get to know a city's character and its people, you have got to visit one of its outdoor markets. And one of Rio's best gives us a glimpse.
On the first Saturday of every month, along a jam-packed street in the bohemian neighborhood of Lapa, you will find Feira do Rio Antigo, or Old Rio Fair, one of the most popular open-air antique and craft markets in Rio, crammed with stalls, music, entertainment, and food.
The people in the city know that if you want this kind of craft, here is the place you can see it and buy it.
With the Olympics in town, there are a lot of tourists here at today's market, but typically this is a place where the locals from surrounding neighborhoods and areas come. There are a lot of street markets in Rio, but it's here at this one where you can find some of the best bargains. You can find almost anything here, the old and the new, from a Victrola to a pretty hair tie. Alini Shamadalik started selling dolls with her mother at the Lapa market when she was just a little girl. And this is your mother's livelihood?
It's her job. It's the only thing that she does.
And this pays all of her bills, and it's how she,
Yes.
the money she gets to survive?
Yes, it is.
Packed with some 15,000 shoppers a month, American Jeff Hicks has noticed that no one is in a rush.
They take life very, very slow here. Where in the States we're really quick. We do everything really quick. Here they're just slow and they just want to kind of live life.
With so much to buy, I had to pick up a few things to take home.
Richard Diamond, Panama Sunset, Sugarloaf.
Everything.
Okay?
Total.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll buy this one.
Yes?
I'll take this one. One of my favorite finds, a local artist that drew my portrait. What do you think? You won't find another place in the world where culture and creators come together quite like they do here in Lapa.
I'm First Coast sports anchor Alyssa Lang. Time now to take a look at your medal count. The United States still sitting in first place, but it shouldn't come as a surprise. It's been like that for the last two Olympic Games, starting with Beijing in 2008. The United States finished that Olympic Games with 36 gold medals, 38 silver, and 36 bronze. Then, 4 years later, they traveled to London for the 2012 Games and did the exact same thing, finishing with 46 gold, 28 silver, and 29 bronze. As for this time around, now in Rio, the United States still sitting in first with 28 gold, 30 silver, and 28 bronze. As for your overall medal count, USA blowing it out of the water, 86 total medals, followed by China with 52 and Great Britain with 50.
Rio Medal Count is brought to you by Brandon Pest Control. If you got 'em, Brandon gets 'em. Go to pestfree.com for our services and specials.
Coming up on the Olympic Zone, we'll go inside these walls to a place steeped in old world history and traditions with more than a century's worth of stories. Plus, it's not soccer, it's not volleyball, it's something in between. And we'll put our best foot and head forward.